Hello, and welcome to Earth Rose Tarot. I'm here again to do an Aquarius love reading. How are you doing? Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're returning, huge thank you from me for all your support. If you're new to the channel, welcome. So happy to have you here. So this is going to be a general love reading for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Cross watchers, you're also always welcome, but bear in mind this might not be your Aquarius that I'm speaking to, and please don't get offended by any messages that are meant for this Aquarius. So it is a general love reading. It's not going to resonate with every Aquarius out there, but I hope that it does resonate for you and you find it useful, helpful, or just enjoyable at least in some way. And being a general reading, feel free to take what does resonate and you find useful and leave what doesn't. So lovely Aquariuses. Now this is, as I always say now, just to explain, I'm posting it as my May reading, May 2021, just so you know, in sequence with my other readings when it was done. But this is essentially, time is fluid in tarot, so this is going to be for maybe what is you're experiencing when you come across this video, or what's going to be happening in the next few weeks or next month from when you see it. So that was the Ace of Swords, by the way, that just tried to pop out while I was rambling on. So we'll bear that in mind. Maybe some sort of truth is coming out or honest conversation needs to be had. So I'm going to start by getting some general messages for you, and then we're going to go into a full and detailed spread. So let's go. My Aquariuses, please, in love. What messages do we have for Aquarius in love, please? Whoop. Aquarius in love. Oh, what a combination. Okay, let me just put those together. Oh, Aquarius. Okay, let me get a couple more, please. Okay, what's going on with the deck? Let's get a couple more, please, for Aquarius. Aquarius in love. Lovely. One more, please. Okay, let's go. Oh my goodness. Okay, so Aquarius, the first two cards that came out together with the Six of Cups and the Ten of Swords. Now, if any of you have been watching tarot for a while, then you know what that means, I think. A Ten of Swords speaks of a very painful ending that you experienced. May have been a breakup, or just some sort of ending in a connection. It felt like you were betrayed in some way or let down by someone who you felt, was very close, that you could trust. It was very painful how things ended with this person. Now, the Six of Cups is someone reminiscing. It can be absolutely, normally talks about someone from your past. Now, in other circumstances, it could be, a past life kind of connection. But here with this, this very clear, brutal ending that you've experienced, I feel like it's someone from your past, that maybe even an ex for some of you, or it can just be, not even if it wasn't a full-blown relationship. It was some sort of connection that came to a painful ending, and they are thinking about you. Certainly they may be thinking about wanting to re-enter your life. Now, the Six of Cups to me can also speak about a sincere apology, a gesture, wanting to do something very sweet for you, missing you, wanting to come back in. And we have the Page of Cups here as well, which is certainly also another card of wanting to say sorry, wanting to make an emotional offering, wanting to reconnect, maybe still always feeling like they were still connected to you, even after the ending, maybe feeling like the two of you are still tied together, because we have the Lovers as well. Yes, it's card of Gemini, but it's essentially just talking about the fact that there is still a connection between the two of you, maybe even if it's unspoken or since the ending, but they have not stopped thinking about you, I want to say, since you haven't disappeared from their mind completely, and now they have been missing you since things came to an end. They want to apologize, they want to come back into your life. They may have, with this Three of Pentacles, been getting some advice from friends, family, or even trying to better themselves, like learn about how they can improve in some way. I was going to say skills, but that could just be, as a person, like how they can improve their ability to work with other people, I'm getting as well. But I feel like either they've taken this time since the two of you are no longer in a connection, as it would seem, to improve themselves, to get some advice, to maybe learn about themselves. I'm also getting, but also now their hope is that they can actually get you to get on board with them again, to work together, to maybe rebuild, to start to rebuild, because the Page of Cups is also like the start of something. I almost feel like they want to start something back up with you again, start putting a little bit of work and effort, to be able to grow it again, because maybe things came to a brutal stop as well, like all of a sudden, just boom, stop. So that is basically the messages very clearly. Now at the bottom of the deck we have the Moon. So the Moon is Pisces energy, but it also talks about things that may have been hidden under the surface, things that may not have been completely out in the open and clear before. Now, considering we have the Ace of Swords flip whilst I was shuffling, as I said, some sort of truth coming out, perhaps there is something that they want to reveal to you. Maybe there's a reason why it suddenly came to an end, which you were in the dark about, that maybe they want to either bring to the light, or just that was an element as to why things ended. This also speaks about fear though, and fear of the unknown, fear about progressing down this path. So if this person does come back in, you could feel emotionally confused and unsure of whether what they're saying to you is the truth now, or if it is still kind of, they're just telling you almost what you want to hear, or they think what you want to hear. So let's see, can I get some clarification for Aquarius, please? Why is the Ten of Cups just flipped? I'm going to pop it back in because I haven't finished my question yet, but that is a lot of happiness, but also wanting to reunite with someone who that someone feels is their like happy ever after, the one they want to be with. So why is the Six of Cups and the Ten of Swords? Okay, the Ten of Swords here, if I could finish my sentence, but what flipped again was the Five of Swords now. So this speaks of issues with communication, silence. For me, it's also someone who could have ghosted you, could have just suddenly broken off communication very bluntly, left you very upset. So let's see. It may be you missing them, but also feeling like this is over. Can we get another card, please, for the Six of Cups and the Ten of Swords? Thank you. Ooh, yeah. Queen of Swords now. That's your energy, Aquarius. I mean, it's air. It's also Gemini and Libra. But I feel like this is you. But also, you are feeling really kind of like this person did betray you, or they wronged you in some way. They were unfair. They treated you poorly. You may now have your guard up to them, or just feel like they let you down, as I said. They betrayed your trust, potentially. You do feel scorned by them in some way. That's clear. I mean, clearly they want to apologize, so they must have done something wrong if they feel the need to apologize. But yeah, there's a blunt coldness here as well. So it could also be the person you were dealing with. So I get this sense that they suddenly went icy cold and things abruptly came to an end. So let's see. Why is they could also be slightly concerned about how you're going to react if they do come forward with some sort of apology as well. With why is the Three of Pentacles here, please, for Aquarius? Why is the Three of Pentacles here for my lovely Aquarius? Why? Thank you. Oh, I knew it was going to be the Tower. I need to start saying I feel like it's going to be the Tower because, yeah. My feeling was that things have come crumbling down. As I said, the foundation that you guys, or if I didn't say it, the foundation you guys had or seemed to have suddenly disappeared. I mean, with the Tower, this was something that wasn't actually built on as firm foundations as, we hope it is, or we think we feel like it is. So things abruptly, again with the Tower, there was a moment where something just fell apart. I almost get the sense shockingly and quickly as well, and you were thrown from where you thought you were at with this person. Now, the reason I knew it was going to be the Tower is because the Three of Pentacles talks about rebuilding, starting, as I said, to rebuild together that foundation, like brick by brick from the ground up. So yeah, that's Mars energy as well with the Tower. So that's destruction, upheaval. Why is the Page of Cups here, please, for Aquarius? Why is the Page of Cups here? Thank you. The Magician, yeah. So this is an energy of making something happen, using every tool at their disposal to make their desires a reality, taking action, certainly. So basically here we have someone who, now everything I'm saying, bear in mind, you could flip the roles as it resonates for you. So if you feel like I'm saying this is how this person feels and how you feel and it's actually the other way around, just flip it. But anyway, someone here wants to make their desires a reality, and they feel also now that they do have the ability. The Magician is a very kind of positive, confident energy. Someone who is actually, now they feel like they can make something happen. I can do this. And how they feel like they're going to do that is by offering an apology, maybe even offering emotion. If they did suddenly go very cold, they want to now be a little bit softer in their approach to basically get what they want. So let me get another card on that Magician and the Page of Cups, please. One more on the Page of Cups and the Magician together. Yeah, the Six of Pentacles. So this is talking about actually giving to a situation. Now this could be, I mean, this Six of Pentacles as well, it's talking about giving a little bit. Now what I popped into my head was they're going to see how far they can get here by just giving a little bit at first, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. It's basically, this person is going to see if they can actually be successful in getting what they want, maybe getting this connection back up and running again with you by just doing a little bit. They're not going to come in and go full, to the extreme of making some sort of grand gesture. They're just going to see if they can start to repair things with you just by putting a little bit of work into it to show that they are interested, to show that they want to give to the situation. But it's kind of like they're going to see what they can get away with, and in terms of just putting a little bit of work into this, if that is going to basically get them success. I hope that makes sense. Now, why is the Lovers here, please, for Aquarius? Why the Lovers? Why the Lovers for Aquarius? Thank you. Ooh, the Seven of Swords. Now, I did say with that Moon and the Ace of Swords, we've seen that there could have been something that was hidden, that maybe this person, with this Seven of Swords energy, this is someone who thinks that they're being clever and that they can kind of pull the wool over someone's eyes. They can, they think they're being smart and sneaky and, yeah. So with the Lovers, I mean, this could have been an issue with maybe someone, look, it can go a couple of different ways, because the Seven of Swords can also talk about running away, and I did get this sense of kind of maybe someone ghosted you, maybe someone ran from the connection, the runner, if you like. But and now it could have been because the strength of the connection, because the Lovers can talk to a very strong bond between the two of you. This person could have run from that potentially. But the other thing, of course, I have to say is that there could have been something where they made a choice and chose somebody else, and now that didn't really pan out. They thought they were being clever and kind of sneaking away, but now they are missing you. They want to come back in, clearly, Aquarius, and but they may try and not be completely honest about that, the fact that they actually chose someone else and it didn't work out, and now they're coming to try and get back into your good books. Let me get another card. Why is the Seven of Swords and the Lovers here, please, for Aquarius? Why the Seven of Swords and the Lovers? 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 Thank you. Interesting. So we've got the Seven of Pentacles now as well, 7-7. But I mean, the Seven of Pentacles is talking about deciding whether to continue investing in something, to actually put work and effort into this. So what we could be looking at here is also that you may still feel a strong connection with this person, but you might not completely trust them after, you know, they did suddenly disappear on you. Suddenly things fell apart very quickly, and this may now be making you feel like, well, they could just do that to me again if they've done it once. So the Seven of Pentacles is reflecting on whether to continue investing in something in this particular card, so or whether to just call it a day. But yeah, interesting combination. Now, yeah, this person could have also ran away because they, or seemed to sort of sneak off because they didn't know whether they wanted to continue investing in the connection between the two of you. Let me get one more, please. Seven of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, thank you. Oh, the Eight of Cups, there you go. So as I said, talking about walking away from something. Now, this could certainly be, as I said, that this person did that to you. They suddenly snuck off. They left you in their dust, if you like. But also, I do strongly get, to be honest, that although you may still feel the connection between the two of you, you don't necessarily trust them at this point, and you're going to need to reflect on whether to continue investing in this, because you do feel like they have let you down, and you know, you're trying to decide whether this is something you should leave in your past at this point. Maybe you do feel like they were sneaky, like they hid things from you. Now, at the bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Cups now. So this is talking about happiness, wish fulfillment, and yeah, it's a very romantic, sweet energy again. Now, but it's interesting because this Nine of Cups card actually talks about getting what you want, but in a kind of a slightly sneaky way, funnily enough. So let me explain. In this particular card, it's actually that this guy is depicted here wanted to be with his like love, who's this woman, and but she was in like a palace where she could only be attended to by other female attendants or whatever. So to be able to get to her, he dressed up as one of her female attendants and snuck in that way to be with her and be, you know, have the pleasures of life and romance, etc. You know what I'm talking about. So what I'm saying here is that someone definitely wants to get their desire, but I feel like they might be going about it in a slightly sneaky way. Like, not horrendously, I'm not saying, but it's almost just a sense of keeping some things hidden, not being completely open and honest, just wanting to get back in your good books, wanting to enjoy your company again, and maybe, you know, romance, etc., but doing it in a slightly sneaky way, even if it's just not being completely 100% honest about why maybe things suddenly came to a stop before. So that is just your starting messages. I'm going to go into the spread now, changing up ever so slightly this month because I'm just going to use a different deck for one of the 3 layers. We'll see how it goes. I just got this new deck and I absolutely love it. So thought we'd give it a try just to add another bit of spice. So can I get the spread for my lovely Aquarius, please, of the top 12 cards. Oh, and don't forget to hit the like button for me if you do like the video. That would be wonderful. And also I'm going to be doing a bonus love reading for whichever sign gets the most likes. Do subscribe if you like my style. That is amazing. I really appreciate it. And leave me a comment if it resonates or you enjoy it. Love to hear from you guys. I'm going to get the top 12 cards for Aquarius and the person that they have on their mind whilst watching this video. For Aquarius, please. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm not surprised to see that there. Yep. Okay. Yep. Yep. Uh-huh. Okay. All right. So, interesting. Bottom of the deck, we have the Death card. So that's card of Scorpio. It is a card of transformation, change. It's also from something coming to an end, though. It's in this particular Death card, especially. It is something that an ending has brought some sort of change. Now, it could have been that this connection coming to an end, you've been going through some changes, some transformation, some even some inner change within you as a result of this connection ending. It could also talk about the person you're dealing with here, Aquarius, maybe going through some sort of transformation in their life, maybe some sort of change. Let's see what's going on. Interesting. So we've got the Knight of Wands behind that. Now that is fiery energy. It's kind of an inconsistent, impulsive energy. You know, it's someone who acts on their desires, rushes in, but then rushes straight back out again. It's someone who may have been in and out of your life for maybe a while, or just someone who you didn't feel like you can necessarily rely on, or you don't feel like that anymore. It can be like a player kind of energy, just someone who's just very light-hearted when it comes to romance. It is also someone, as I said at the beginning, it's someone who wants their desire and wants to find a way to make that happen, get what they want, basically. And interesting, the Six of Swords. Yeah, so this is Six of Swords is kind of moving on to clearer waters. Yes, moving out of conflict, of mental conflict about something, communication issues. So it could be that it could be here. I'm kind of seeing someone may want to move on to clearer waters with you. As I said, they want to get back into your good books. They are very attracted to you. There's a strong physical connection, but you may also be trying to actually move on from this because of some sort of ending that you feel has happened between the two of you. Maybe you feel like there needs to be a transformation, a change in their behavior from being this kind of inconsistent, non-committal, impulsive energy, someone you can actually rely on, and that is the only way that you could actually move forward with this person. Let's see, at the bottom of the deck we have that Nine of Cups again. Interesting. But this Nine of Cups is talking about someone who it's kind of like an energy of someone who can keep their emotions to themselves. They have feelings, they have emotions, but they don't necessarily like to express them. They are also, it can be someone who is perfectly happy on their own. They're not looking for necessarily to share their emotion with someone else, to actually, which could then lead them to full happiness of the Ten of Cups. But that would involve actually reaching out with an offer to someone else or accepting someone else's offer. It's kind of that they would almost rather be in a slightly less emotionally fulfilled, place, but all their emotions are secure on their own, if that makes sense. It's kind of like, maybe it would be better for me to just be non-committal, to be single. This could be how you're feeling as well at the moment, Aquarius. It's like, look, I'm in a good, happy place on my own. I don't want to risk the emotional satisfaction that I have alone, to risk that, offering out my cup and it being turned out on, kind of thing. So that could be you or the person you're dealing with. Let's see. I've got the Hermit here, so that's Virgo energy. This is doing some soul searching, again, spending time alone. I'm getting kind of a little bit of an introverted energy here, especially with that Nine of Cups I was just talking about. Kind of, yes, spending time alone to find the answers inside, to, as I said, go through that kind of transformation inside yourself. It's almost like having to find the answers alone, and not with this other person. So let's see. And now we have the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Swords are the two fastest moving knights in the deck. They move very quickly with their communication. So now I'm also seeing that someone could have been doing some soul searching, a lot of thinking about this, and now they want to rush forward with communication. But what I'm also getting, Aquarius, is that you may have some things to say to this person. You may also be tempted at this point to kind of say something quite harsh and cold and blunt to kind of cut them out of your life and call this a day, kind of to move on from this, for this to be over. But you maybe are trying to hold that back slightly, keep your feelings to yourself rather than express them in a way that, you know, maybe you regret later. Trying to instead just kind of maybe close yourself off and spend some time alone rather than communicate with this person. Maybe you feel like you don't want to open up and share your emotions with them. So let's see, I'm gonna get your second layer now and then we'll go through everything. So can we clarify for Aquarius, please, with the top 12 cards? This is my new deck. It's like a steampunk kind of inspired, which I think steampunk is very cool. It's not my personal style in any way, but I think it's very cool. But I was just drawn to this deck, and actually the illustrations are really interesting. So let's see how it goes. So can we get the top 12 cards, please? For my lovely Aquarius. Please clarify the spread that is already laid out. Okay. Interesting. Six of Cups is twice now on the deck. Okay. Oh, the King and Queen of Swords next to each other. Wow. Yeah. Wow. The Six of Cups and the Ten of Swords have just come out basically on top of each other, so that's good. I knew this deck was going to vibe well for us today. Okay. I say that because it's literally the first two cards that came out from a completely different deck, so it's interesting. Okay. So at the bottom of this deck now we have the Knight of Cups. Now the Knight of Cups is someone who wants to offer emotion. Yes, it is someone with a romantic offer. It's kind of a little bit of a Casanova, I want to say as well. Now, I love the Knight of Cups energy, but what I mean by the Casanova is it's someone who they can say the right things. They're can be very romantic when they want to be. They can be very charming and you know, can really make you feel almost those butterflies, that kind of thing. But it can also be someone with really true romantic feelings as well. So let's see what's going on here. So we've got the Tower behind that as well. So now the Tower can also talk about, like, as I said at the beginning, as it came out, something shocking. Now it could have been that basically talking about here the fact that you really did have strong feelings for this person. You were willing to offer them your love and affection, and things came to a shocking halt, or something shockingly fell apart. But the Tower also talks about a realization as well. So this person that you're dealing with here, I'm seeing the Six of Cups. Well, we've seen it 3 times already from the spread, what's laid out. So it could be this person has had a shocking realization, maybe even that change, a transformation inside themselves, to realize that they still have feelings for you. Let's see. Wow, and the Chariot behind that is Cancer energy. Now that is wanting to move forward, wanting to you know, get in their car and drive over to see you, like rush it, or, you know, rushing towards you, wanting to it's almost, I'm getting here like a something is like the universe has like smacked them on the head basically, or they've suddenly had some sort of wake up call, or something, maybe even some sort of something structure in their life which was an issue has fallen apart, and now they are able to move forward, or they want to very much move forward victoriously, and also to now offer you this emotion, this to express their feelings perhaps as well. Now at the bottom of the deck we have the Wheel of Fortune. Interesting. So I mean, the Wheel of Fortune is amazing energy. It's very positive. It it can feel as a sense of fate, or it's like a divine timing kind of energy as well. It can also be, it's change though, again, and it's someone wanting to change things for in their favor to again, it's a very positive, confident energy. So let's see what's going on. Oh my goodness. So I was just talking about change, and we have the Death card again. So Scorpio energy, we just talked about it at the bottom of the first deck. But yeah, this is massive, massive change. It could be something that especially with that Tower energy as well, this is big. This is maybe even the universe stepping in here, as I said, and smacking them on the head, and that they need to change. I'm being drawn to the kind of moss that has grown on this cog of this Wheel of Fortune, and it was kind of, I'm almost getting that they were stuck in a pattern that was stopping them from moving forward in a positive direction. It's almost like they needed to have this big shake-up, or something even falling apart in their life, maybe some sort of dark night of the soul for some of them with this Death and the Tower, which needed to happen so that the mosque that had grown over time on the Wheel of Fortune's cog here could be blown away, so the cog could start moving again, so that change could happen. I hope that makes sense. And there you go. Oh my goodness, love it. The Six of Swords, again, we just saw the Death card and the Six of Swords together, and now they're here again together, completely different deck. So yes, they needed to have some sort of change. Now with the Chariot as well and the Six of Swords, this is forward movement. Now this could also be you as well, Aquarius, because I think for a lot of Aquariuses, you may be going through your Saturn return right now, with Saturn back in your sign. Now obviously that's going to be for a specific age group, but Saturn is just in Aquarius, which is about some difficult lessons, some difficult experiences. I'm just talking as a Capricorn here. I just had it for 3 years before you guys, and my god, it was exhausting, but it is worth it when you come out the other side, so stick with it, Aquarius. Yeah, so I feel like there had to be some sort of, maybe even some framework in your life, in their life, that had to fall apart so that change that was so necessary could happen, so that you could move forward in such a more victorious, positive way. So how you're feeling about this person right now, Aquarius? We've got the Hanged Man and the Hierophant. So this is Pisces again, and Taurus energy. But I mean, the Hanged Man it certainly could feel like being in limbo, being stuck. So you may still feel hung up on this person, I want to say. Now, I did feel like there was some sort of ending that may have happened, but it could have just been an ending that was actually happening in your person's life as well, because I see that later, I don't want to skip ahead. But because with the Hanged Man, that's telling me that you feel like there's some unfinished business here. Now with the Hierophant, this can talk about needing to learn more. Maybe someone needs to not learn lessons. Yeah, learn lessons maybe in terms of their beliefs. Now the Hierophant can also talk about commitment as well, high levels of commitment, yes. But it is getting on the same page about what you believe, and those kind of lessons that actually help unlock the next stage of your life as well. It's kind of almost like you may feel like this person needed to grow up. I'm almost getting, I don't normally get that with the Hierophant, but maybe it's because I'm using this new deck today. But yeah, I feel like maybe you, Aquarius, were more in a stage ready to level up in your life, and you feel like this person was still needed to learn some sort of lessons, maybe to actually be ready to level up. The Hanged Man also talks about getting a different perspective, or being in some sort of like training as well, like going through some sort of necessary kind of spiritual journey to actually wake up and be ready for the next stage of life, is kind of what I'm getting. Now, how they feel about you, we've got strong Sagittarius energy here with the Temperance and King of Wands, but it's very positive. The Temperance and how they feel about you, I feel like they actually feel quite emotionally balanced about you now. They may feel like they want to make peace with you. Again, get back in your good books, as I was saying at the beginning. They may feel like they want to reconcile, but generally it's very positive that they actually feel quite balanced inside themselves. Maybe they feel like they've actually got a hold of their emotions. If in the past they may have been feeling all over the place and not sure how they felt about you, perhaps now they feel quite they feel more calm. They may also feel like you've been very patient with them. So with this King of Wands, it's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy certainly, but it's generally like they feel like they are now in a position where they can take action. It's that feeling of being in charge, being confident. This particular King of Wands, I'm still kind of getting a feel completely of this new deck, but this King of Wands makes me also feel like, you know, he's got this kind of like ringleader vibe about him, like where with the I don't know, the top hat, the curtains, it's kind of making me feel like, and with the spotlight on him, like he is the orchestrator of some sort of it's a little bit, how can I put this, a teeny bit manipulative is kind of what I get from him. But manipulation is what we all do every single day, and just in different ways. We manipulate everything around us, so it doesn't always have to be negative when I say manipulate. It's just more that they feel like they can orchestrate something. They are the director. Even the way he's pointing his wand to the seat, you know, it's almost kind of like they feel like they can make this happen. They have the power to even like get you to come and sit on this seat and be in their part of their plan again, their grand plan. I hope this is making any sense, but it's almost like they feel now that they have the ability to make something happen with you, is the short version. How they see you, we have the Judgment and the High Priestess, more of major arcana combination. Now the Judgment energy, they may see you, I mean, can be coming back to something coming back from the dead, being resurrected. It can also be a big decision. The High Priestess can be more Pisces energy as well, but for me it's also talking about the moon. It's talking about internal intuition. Funnily enough, this High Priestess card is actually showing a tarot reader. So it also may be that they see you as needing to make some sort of big decision, maybe on whether to give them another chance. They may see you as someone who is spiritual. I'm also getting like this sense that you maybe have, you know, you may be more awake in terms of lessons that you've learned from your past, is kind of what I'm getting. I don't know how else to express it. And they see that you're quite wise, basically, from, they see you as wise, empathetic, and also that you have strong intuition, and like they may see you as having like some sort of understanding, and really going with your gut on your decisions as well. Now they may see the situation kind of potentially coming back to life, but that also that you have a decision to make. Let me get another layer before I say anything else there. Now, what happened in the past, my goodness, we've got the Three of Swords. So in the past, maybe what's led up to this is there's definitely been heartbreak. Now, could have been a third party for some of you that may have been part of the problem. You may not have known about it. For some of you as well, with that energy I was getting in the beginning, with the Seven of Swords, the moon and that kind of thing. But essentially there was heartbreak, there was pain, anguish. Now the Eight of Wands is fast moving communication. It's also wanting to fire, it can be called the arrows of love. It's wanting to go after someone, to pursue someone, be very passionate about them. But I'm also being drawn here to the two wands in this picture that are literally on fire, and the Two of Wands, as we know, is talking about being at a crossroads, needing to make a decision. I'm almost getting that you may have been very passionate about this person. You may have been really wanting to go for this, wanting to move things forward, wanting, to communicate with them, very excited and positive. But I feel like this person may have had a decision between maybe you and someone else in love. That's not going to be for all of you, but it's just what I'm getting strongly here. And as a result, could have left you heartbroken. It's kind of like I'm getting an unrequited sense that you were wanting to move this forward, you were wanting to communicate, but there was heartbreak at the end of the day. Now, in the current energy, the 8 and 6 of Cups. So yeah, this is someone who turned their back on you, who seemed to emotionally detach, and now wanting to come back in, wanting to make some sort of gesture. I mean, it's the first card that came out at the start of this. So it's someone who is has been missing you. Maybe you're missing them as well. But they're wanting to make some sort of gesture, wanting to apologize, wanting to come back into your life. Now, also with this 8 of Cups, I'm getting that you are also wondering whether you should turn your back on this. This particular 8 of Cups is someone who hasn't actually walked off into the distance yet. They just turned their back and they're thinking about it. They're also looking up at the moon, trying to trust their intuition, trying to trust their gut, their emotions. It could also be, again, that sense of, still having emotion for this person, but wondering if you should turn your back on it because there may be something that you still don't know that they've kept hidden from you. So let's see. Now, what this person wishes would happen between the two of you, Aquarius, the 10 of Cups and the King of Swords. Now, the 10 of Cups, I don't know how to tell you, is basically they want happiness with you. They want long-term happiness as well, I've got to say. This is the full shebang of bliss and being with you in the long term. They may want a family with you in the future. They want to be with you and to have all that love and happiness with you. They want everything with you when they have the 10 of Cups. And with the King of Swords, this King of Swords is actually someone who I feel like wants to also kind of be the partner that you deserve, and it's kind of someone who, this King of Swords to me is actually like an intellectual who's learnt a lot, who's learnt lessons in life and is now ready to be that kind of reliable, yes, but also someone who you can have like deep conversations with into the night maybe, or you can have debates with. And also I say this because the next card that came out next to it is the Queen of Swords, the King and Queen of Swords. What they want to happen in the connection is to be everything you deserve in your like divine counterpart, to be your partner, and in the long term to be someone who you can have those conversations with. To again, I'm getting the sense of like there may have been a disconnect as well in the past about someone's beliefs or ideas about something. Maybe they feel like they want to get on the same page with you now as well. Now, what is the block or the challenge from this connection moving forward with the 4 of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords? So I feel like for most of you, this is you here with the Queen of Swords. We've got her again in the next position. But essentially the block is holding back, is being very guarded. And the Queen of Swords is here, her sword is actually pointing down. She's not communicating. She is someone who has maybe closed off her heart. She's feeling wanting more protective, but this situation is not going to move forward until there is kind of like an opening up of emotion and being vulnerable again. As I was saying, it's kind of that 9 of Cups I was talking about, of just like, no, maybe it's better if I sacrifice that last cup to rather be on my own and be satisfied alone, rather than to potentially open myself up and get hurt again. So, but obviously that is the challenge here at the moment. It could be also, you see how someone in this card is actually taking the Queen of Swords' hand and wanting to ask her, to step up and step towards them again. I feel like they will be, offering out this gesture, this apology, and it's what the challenge will be is whether you actually want to take it or not. Obviously, it's not going to move forward unless you do. So the intentions of this person towards you. Now, it's interesting because we've got the Queen of Swords again, as I was just talking about her, so I won't go on about it too much. And the Seven of Swords. So I want to get a bit more clarification here, because as an intention, they do, obviously they may want to make things right with you. They know that you're disappointed with them. They may want to address with the Seven of Swords why they suddenly disappeared. They might want to address their dishonesty and why they left you disappointed. And, you know, their intention might also be to maybe get some sort of kind of forgiveness, or make you believe in them again, is kind of what I'm getting. Like, regain your trust is kind of the combination I'm getting. Now, I want to get some more though, because obviously with the Seven of Swords as an intention, I don't love it, because it could be to, as I said, to still keep some things to themselves, to kind of get back into your good books, yes, but to not necessarily share exactly what happened, and maybe, you know, still be a little bit keep things under the surface of why things came to an end before. Now, what you need to know about their current situation, exactly the same two cards as originally came out, Six of Cups, Ten of Swords. So as I said, this person feels like it's over between the two of you, or there has been some sort of ending, very painful, like a betrayal, but they are missing you. They are thinking about you. They're reminiscing. I mean, that's just exactly what happened at the start of this reading. So we'll come back to that with the third layer. Now, the action they're going to take towards you next, Aquarius. We've got the Four of Cups and the Judgment card. So we've already seen the Judgment in how they see you as well. So in terms of an action, this Judgment card is like a call to action. It is a wake-up call, certainly. It is yeah. But the Four of Cups, I mean, as an action they're going to take towards you next, it could be to come on in and express themselves to you regardless of their concern of whether you're going to reject them or whether you're going to ignore them or not. But the other thing I'm going to say is that the Four of Cups can also talk still about kind of apathy and disinterest, and not really seeing what is in front of them. So it could be that if that is the case, then it's kind of, they are going to stay in this state until they suddenly get some sort of wake-up call. So let's see what this is about. Now, your advice, we've got the Two of Swords and the Page of Pentacles. So, I mean, certainly you're going to have to make some sort of decision when they reach out with this Page of Pentacles. It could also be advice that currently you need to take off the blindfold and kind of see what is in front of you. Firstly, because the Two of Swords can talk about being in kind of a very blocked, kind of trying to ignore something until it goes away. And in terms of advice, I would say that it's, you know, you're trying not to deal with this, Aquarius, potentially when it comes in, but you're going to need to make some sort of decision. The Two of Swords is someone who is protecting their heart. Yes, they're trying very much to not deal with something, but again, you're going to need to make some sort of decision from your gut, from your intuition, but you are going to need to make a decision and to actually look at this, to deal with it, because the Page of Pentacles is someone wanting to come in from the cold with some sort of communication. So let's see. Now, what's going to be happening between the two of you in the next few weeks, the next month from when you see this video? We've got the Queen of Cups and the Seven of Cups. So the Queen of Cups is interesting. This is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. It's very loving, very emotional. Now, with the Seven of Cups, there could be a choice that is going to be made between someone's options, potentially. Now, that could be you, Aquarius. You might have other options, and you're going to make a choice based on what is in your heart, your feelings, being very in touch with your emotions and making a choice based off of that. The Seven of Cups is also talking about someone's going to have options here, and not all of them are actually going to have the potential to actually move forward. So it's going to need to choose very carefully, and I feel like it's going to be a choice made by what is in someone's heart. Now let me get the next layer and we'll go through everything once more. So I'm going to get the top 12 cards to clarify for Aquarius one more time, please. Let me clarify what is already laid out for my Aquariuses. And of course, if this isn't your reading today, Aquarius, if it isn't resonating, you can always check out your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising or Venus. You're actually the first video I'm doing for this month, but the other videos will be up in due course. So let me get the top 12 cards, please, for my Aquarius. Okay. Oh, there's the Judgment for a third time. Yikes. So much major arcana. Ah, yeah, okay, good. That was, oh my goodness, the Six of Cups clarifying the Six of Cups. Okay. Yep, good. Yes, of course. Okay. Oh. Yep. Oh. Sorry. All right, so the bottom of the deck now, we have the Magician. Now that is, can be talking, of course, about some maybe something that you've manifested, or maybe, as I said, someone wanting to make something a reality. But it is, in this particular deck, it's also talking about a decision. Now, it is a very it's an action-orientated energy. This is someone who has made some sort of decision, and it could be to actually make something happen with you, or it could be that you're going to have to make a decision about this person. I see that all over this. So let's carry on. Oh my God, the Death card for a third time. Again, at the bottom of the deck. So this is the fact that it's only in the bottom of all three decks in different places. It tells me that you may not know about this as well, because it's kind of like, for me, it's the slightly hidden energy, the unconscious energy, if you like, when it's at the bottom of the deck like this. So you may not know that there has been some sort of transformation happening. Now, obviously, for some of you, you may have gone through a change. You're like, I know, Earth Rose Tarot, I know. But for others of you, it could be an unseen change that has been going on in the background, is kind of what I'm getting. This is major. I mean, the Death and the Magician card together, this is like stepping into the next, stepping through a boundary, stepping through a gateway, leaving something in the past, but there may have been some sort of fear involved in doing so. But this is actually taking that leap now with the Sorceress. Sorry, it is the Sorceress in this deck, but it's the Magician. So, oh, interesting. We've got the King of Pentacles. So that is earth energy. Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. You could be dealing with one of those signs. Not necessarily. But for me, it's interesting because, do you remember at the beginning, we saw the Death card with the Knight of Wands. And I was saying that it needed to be some sort of change from this person being non-committal, impulsive, unreliable. The King of Pentacles is all of those things. He is the king who wants to settle down, to commit. He wants to be your reliable, loyal, long-term partner, to be stable and to kind of actually put down roots, to have a home, have a family. So major, this is someone stepping into that next part of life. So at the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Pentacles. Beautiful. This is an opportunity for a new beginning. It could be also someone wanting, as I said, to offer actually something that's going to lead towards commitment. I feel like the two of you had a foundation before, but it was kind of like, maybe, you know, you'd never actually had some sort of conversation. There may have been like, it was something you were building, but there was no solid, secure framework around it. It was kind of maybe indistinct, if that's the right word. And now it's kind of like that fell apart, so that, you know, something could actually begin again, as I said, building up brick by brick from the ground up. And this time, with stability that can actually go the long term. So the Five of Pentacles. Now at the moment, you may feel like the two of you are out in the cold from each other. There's definitely issues. And then, I mean, this Five of Pentacles talks about hoping that things will get better, maybe can be feeling lonely. Also, there being some sort of challenge, maybe regarding finances, could have been an element, or just some sort of challenge about not feeling stable as well. And that could be someone maybe was not feeling stable with their work, their job, or their home, and that could have been an issue for some of them as well. But okay, great. Look at all these pentacles as well, strong earth energy. But it's interesting because the Ace of Pentacles with that 5, it is now there's the opportunity to have a new beginning where there's going to be equal investment, and actually you can work together with this 8 of Pentacles to, you know, grow your abundance, actually go towards, as I was talking about just then, the long-term, secure, stable situation. This is two people building each other up. Look at the two people who are going to be in it together when things are difficult and when things are good. This is like through the good and the bad times, the two of you are actually still together throughout it. I almost feel like it's the same two characters actually on these two cards. I've never noticed that before. But this is a new beginning with this person, if you want it, which is going to be, you know, when things are rough, they're still by your side. But the two of you will help build each other up and actually go towards stronger abundance being together. So how you feel about them, Aquarius, is clarified by the Judgment card again. So this is something that with all major arcana, this is serious what's going on here. This is something that may have been left in unfinished business. There may have been, you may feel like they might be having a change of perspective about commitment as well, from what I've seen. But also now you may feel with the Judgment card like this is, again, it's a call to action. It is a decisive moment that's happening here. You may feel like you need to make some sort of decision, and you know you may have been also, you may feel like you need to take some time as well with that Hangman. That can not necessarily be someone who's ready to actually make that decision. You may feel like you need a bit of a timeout to decide whether you have faith in this person as well. But you're feeling the call to them as well. I feel like you're both, because it's interesting because they see you as the Judgment card and that's how you feel about them. So I feel like you both are feeling drawn towards each other, and you feel like you need to make some sort of big decision. Now, how they are feeling about you is clarified by the Devil. So that's Capricorn energy. So it's interesting because the Devil is a toxic energy. It's a kind of an obsessive one as well. They may feel give me a second, because this Devil is, I really dislike this Devil card. I mean, and I know it's just the way it's painted or illustrated is so it's like being caught in someone's in like a, how can I put this, it's being like caught in a toxic situation which you struggle to set yourself free from. Now, it may be, considering the Temperance card here is here as well, that this person has freed themselves from something which was keeping them stuck and unable to see, you know, feel positive, feel confident anymore. But there may have been something that was kind of overshadowing both of you, is kind of what I'm getting. They may feel like there's something, some sort of bigger force than the two of you that was overpowering the two of you being able to work together. It's almost also like a toxic kind of codependent energy I'm getting as well. But the thing is that may have been an issue, but I feel like with this Temperance card, it's kind of like now they feel like there is more balance to actually to move forward, to actually make something happen. I'm always getting that also there could be this energy of someone, it could be someone exterior to the two of you who may be manipulating you. Because you know what I was saying with this King of Wands, it's weird because I don't normally get this, but they may feel like they want to be patient in waiting for you to actually make this decision, and they may feel like you have someone else in your life, in your energy, that is controlling you and stopping you from actually maybe getting out of a toxic situation. That's weird. I hope that makes sense. It's almost like they may feel like there's someone else actually kind of calling the shots with you, and as a result they feel like they want to be patient and wait for you to make this decision, and you feel kind of stuck. You may also feel stuck because maybe you feel in some sort of commitment with someone else for some of you, and you have to make some sort of major decision, but you're kind of in limbo because of your beliefs, your faith, your loyalty towards someone else. Oof. Okay, how they see you is clarified by the Sun card. So all major arcana again, how they see you. So they see you as very successful. They see you as magnetic. They see you as confident, happy. Now this, I have to say, this could have been an ex as well that may be affecting how you make your decision about them. This devil, this King of Wands kind of thing that I was saying about someone else in your life. It might not be someone that's there now. It might be something that you actually came through, but it has kind of made you more guarded as well to anyone else messing you around. They may be aware, some of them, that you do not want any whiff of someone not being completely on the level with you. Now you're not going to settle for that, because they see you as the reason I say that with this Sun card is they see you as kind of like a warrior who has earned their victory. As I said here with the High Priestess, I think I said you've become wise and through your experiences, but it may have been battles that you've been through, but so they see you having to make this decision, but they see you in a very positive light, I want to say, as well as the Sun. Also someone who is quite good at being alone. You may get a lot of attention is how they're seeing you, but essentially it's just that you are very happy in yourself, and you're quite independent, and you've found the happiness within yourself, if that makes sense. They may see you with that Judgment card. Interestingly, I've just put in my head, they may see you as kind of like that you have, I think I said awakened earlier, kind of you have, through your experiences, you've kind of, what is the word? You've kind of gained this new level of understanding and reached like a higher vibration where the happiness is within yourself. And so you don't necessarily need this person. As I said, it's that whole like, I've got my 9 cups. Do I risk, sacrificing what I've worked so hard to get for the sake of that one more cup, Now, what happened in the past is clarified by the 2 of Swords. So this is it. There was, as I was saying, when I saw the 2 of Wands within that 8 of Wands, there was a decision that someone needed to make. Now, I was thinking perhaps that this was the person you were dealing with needed to make the decision, Aquarius, and it was leaving you very heartbroken. Maybe they chose someone else. With this 2 of Swords, it's a very difficult decision that someone didn't want to have to make, but they thought they were making the right choice. This could have been you, though. This could have been this other person trying to fire their arrows of love at you. And arrows of love, I mean, it's a great phrase, but also I feel so corny saying it. But anyway, they were trying to, passionately pursue you, and you were actually someone who was trying to make a decision about this, and felt that it doesn't matter whichever way around it was. Someone was trying to pursue this, and there was a lot of passion, but there was also heartbreak. It could have been from the further past, affecting this, meaning that this heartbreak from someone's life actually was stopping them, was blocking them from making some sort of decision that was leaving them in a very indecisive, blocked, like trying to ignore this, trying to not make a decision because of heartache could have been an element as well. Now, the current energy is clarified by the 6 of Cups again. Now, I do feel like even both of you could be missing each other potentially, but the 6 of Cups clarifying, the 6 of Cups is all over this reading. Essentially, it is reminiscing. It could be that the energy that you're still not actually with each other at this time. Both of you could have your backs turned to each other, but if that is the case, then you're both missing each other. You're both reminiscing. If one of you is thinking about the other person a lot, I feel like the other person cannot stop thinking about them either. It's because you're both thinking about each other. This is a strong past life connection as well. It's a strong soulmate connection, but yeah, you're missing each other like hell right now. Now, the current what this person wishes would happen between the 2 of you is clarified by the Justice card. So this is Libra energy. King of Swords can be Libra as well. But regardless, it's essentially what they wish would happen is that maybe they could make things right. We're seeing that apology energy at the beginning as well. So they want for any injustice which happened, anything that made you feel like you would have been wronged by them, they want to make that right. They want to, as I said, be the counterpart that you deserve. They want to have, the long-term happiness with you. That's what they want to happen in the connection. What is the block or the challenge? Clarified by the Four of Swords. So yeah, as I was saying, holding back. Four of Swords is, maybe having things to say, but choosing to kind of sleep on it, to hold your communication back. Not feeling the challenge is maybe you don't feel ready to speak with this person. You do have things you want to say to them, but I feel like you're more in that hermit mode of closing yourself off. And obviously as a result, there's a lot of holding back, no communication, and this person is maybe wanting to take your hand and kind of move forward, and you are really closed off right now. Now what happened? What are the intentions of this person towards you? More air energy. Now we have the Five of Swords. So it's tricky, because in terms of intentions, the Five of Swords is essentially like drawing a line under this and, moving on, no communication, still silence. This Queen of Swords is also silence. So the Seven of Swords it can be taking everything that, you have to actually say to someone, or your thoughts or what is in your head, and kind of running off with it. So in terms of intention, it seems like, I've got to be honest, this person, their intention may be to say absolutely nothing, to take what they want to say to you and kind of leave, if you like. That now, that's just their intention. It doesn't mean that that's actually what they're going to do. But right now, their intention is just also to continue with the silent treatment that's going on between the two of you. Maybe they're waiting for you to reach out first. Maybe they feel like they have reached out already and you're not speaking to them, so that all they're going to do, and their intention is to basically just go completely silent and wait for you to get in touch with them. I have to tell you what the cards are here. So the cards are telling me their intention is silence, acceptance, that maybe there's nothing they can say right now. But what you need to know about their current situation is clarified by the Ten of Cups. So this is the thing. Their current situation is missing you, is not wanting this to be over. Their current situation is maybe even ending something else, potentially some sort of cycle in their life, because it wasn't a happy situation. Their current situation is focused on, sorry. What I'm getting is that their current situation is these two cycles are actually tied to each other. There was someone, you, Aquarius, that represented their happy ever after. It's what they want. They're still wanting in the connection is the Ten of Cups as well to happen between the two of you. And it's ended. It's over. As far as they're concerned, these two cycles are combined. So it's like their current situation is feeling like their happy ever after person, the person they want to be with, their happiness, the person who holds their heart, that has ended. And all they can do right now is reminisce, to constantly think about you and missing you. Now, the action they're going to take towards you next is clarified by the Knight of Swords. And in this deck, that talks about like a change of mind, interestingly. It's because this Knight of Swords, the sword is split in two. So each side of the sword is like a different idea. And it's like seeing another side of things, having a change of heart, change of mind. So this is kind of what I was getting though. It's kind of like the action they're going to take towards you next is to, let me get a little bit more. I don't want to make these readings like so long, but can I get clarification please? Why is this Four of Cups here then, for the action that this person's going to take towards Aquarius next? Why is the Four of Cups here? Oh, the Hermit. Oh, the High Priestess. Seven of Wands. Oh, the Eight of Cups. It's a lot that came out. Just give me one more. So what is the Judgment card about? What is the Judgment card about? Thank you. The Knight of Swords. I just saw the Six of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Empress at the bottom. Okay. All right, that tells me everything I need to know. So basically, the action they're going to take towards you next is to kind of retreat within themselves, and kind of, this is like they may feel like they've blown things with you. I want to say it's kind of like that or things have not worked out, that there's been a missed opportunity with that Four of Cups. It's kind of like almost an acceptance at first, is what I want to say. The Hermit is doing a lot of thinking, but again, alone. The High Priestess is that, again, it's soul searching, it's going within. Yeah, and also kind of walking away from this is kind of what I'm getting. But the thing is, so the action they're going to take towards you next is and their intention is to not, to kind of accept that there's nothing they can say. So I feel like at first they are going to, just kind of inaction, kind of like not seeing there still being an opportunity, because they're in like this is quite like a negative mindset here. It's kind of, they may feel like if they reached out to you, you would reject them, and they are in so the action they're going to take towards you next is almost like to feel a little bit defeated, essentially, in this situation. But they are going to have also a wake-up call, I want to say. I also feel like you feel the judgment, they see you as the judgment. It's almost also like until you make a decision, and then that is going to be when they take action, when they rush in. They could get some sort of, again, like smack on the head from the universe, I'm getting, like, themselves to actually communicate with you. And it's kind of like until they get like a sign that now is the call, until they get the call to action, and then they're going to come in. The Knight of Swords clarified this Knight of Swords just a second ago. Then they're going to come in with the communication. But the action they're going to take towards you, until they get some sort of sign that now is the moment to come in and communicate with you, they are going to just kind of feel disheartened about this, and basically feel like, they've missed this opportunity, and just sit there, not wallowing, that's not the right word, but just like sit there in inaction. I hope that makes sense. I feel like I just rambled through all that, but it's kind of like until they get the sign to come in and communicate, and then they will communicate. And maybe that's when you reach out to them, because your advice is clarified by the High Priestess. This is what I was saying, because I was looking at the moon in the Two of Swords here. We've got the moon in the High Priestess, of course, as well, because the High Priestess is all about the moon. So your advice, essentially, you're going to need to make this some sort of decision from your gut, from your intuition, what you feel is right, because with this Two of Swords, this is, not seeing what is necessarily clearly in front of you. And the High Priestess is all about that inner knowing. It's your wisdom, your understanding, your intuition. Your intuition, I'd say the advice is very strong here, and that's going to help you make this decision. It could be listen to your intuition about whether to reach out to this person or not, and maybe only when your intuition is saying reach out to them, with this Page of Pentacles, that's when you should do it, because you feel like the Hanged Man. So it's almost like you feel like you're not ready, that you're still in limbo. So I would say the advice is to listen to that and only make the decision to whether to reach out, or whether to acknowledge their message when you feel is right. Listen to your intuition, I feel, is the advice here about this decision that you need to make. But at the same time is, I would say with that Two of Swords, is to not block this decision that you need to make either. It's kind of be open and just listen to your gut. Okay, what I mean by that is, if your gut is telling you reach out to this person or acknowledge them reaching out to you, then don't ignore that either. Go with your gut. And what's going to be happening between the two of you this month, or the next few weeks, next month from when you see this video, is clarified by the 8 of Cups. So it's interesting because we've got the 7 to the 8 of Cups. So, but also I'm going to show you on this 8 of Cups. I know normally the 8 of Cups is, you know, it's here in the current energy. It's someone considering walking away. Obviously that is, you know, and just leaving this completely in the past. But this particular 8 of Cups is someone retracing their steps in the snow. What they walked away from something in the past, or they were thinking to do so. This particular card talks about someone who thinks it's better for them to travel their road alone, and then they realize that they don't want to, that they, you know, there is still so much to be gained by going through this journey with someone else and retracing their steps back and going back to something they walked away from. So I have to say, what I'm seeing here is that there is going to need to be a, you know, consideration of choices of your options, but essentially what I'm seeing is someone returning back because there are still feelings there. With this Queen of Cups, this is also getting in touch with your emotion and trusting your heart, opening up your heart again. Because we're seeing before like a lot of cold energy, a lot of silence, a lot of, you know, being very disappointed, detached and holding back. And now it's actually the heart opening up, going with your emotions, going with your feelings. And I feel in this case it's returning back for a lot of you to this person that you still have these emotions for, that you need to make this decision about. So whew, that was a wild reading, Aquarius. It went all over the place. So I really hope you enjoyed it. If you're still watching at this point, then God bless you. You know what I mean? Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. If you like this video, do hit like. I'll do a bonus love reading for whichever sign gets the most likes again this month. Please subscribe and help support the channel. It means the world to me, and leave me a comment if it did resonate. I'm so sorry it's so flipping long this time, but I really hope that it was useful. And thank you with all my best, and have an amazing May. I'll speak to you soon. Bye, Aquarius.